Greetings to all of you, my dear sisters and brothers, and my dear friends, and all of you are welcome to my new broadcasting, A Prosperous Soul. This is your Pastor Yanni. Service. As each one has received a special gift, employed in serving one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. Service is yet another expression of stewardship and the key to greatness. See Matthew 23:11 for this. God wants you to experience greater development, growth, and maturity in your gifting. However, the test for whether we are qualified for increase is one of stewardship. It means that we take the gifts that God is giving to us seriously. We do this through service. A day has to come when we identify what God has placed within us and recognize that this grace is not exclusively for our benefit. I think of Jesus' parable of the talents as the ultimate blueprint for God's method of determine who was faithful with the gifting entrusted to them, and who was a poor steward of the Master's grace. There are many ways we could approach this incredible story, but I want to focus on the first two verses. It is here where the servants are summoned into their stewardship. Let's start at the beginning and remain there. For it will be like a man going on a journey who called the servants and entrusted to them his property. The one he gave 5 talents, the other one 2, the other one 1. To each according to his ability. Then he went away. You can read this in Matthew 25, verses 14 and 15. Let's reflect on the following points that Jesus raises through this parable. First, we are stewards. The men who are given the talents are recognized, first and foremost, as stewards. Likewise, this is one of our principal identities before the Lord. Just because we enjoy intimacy and friendship with God, this does not negate the fact that we are also His stewards. Friendship does not cancel out our responsibility before the Lord. It fuels it. We serve one whom we know, love, and desire to honor with our lives. So, as a stewards, what do? We use what we have been given to serve others. Second, we receive gifts from the Master because of grace. Before we look at how much each servant is given, I want you to know that the man calls his servants together and entrusts to them his property. The Master takes the first step by identifying these men as his chosen servants. In other words, the Master is the one who turns these men into his stewards. He gives them this title and its corresponding duty by his grace, his decision. It is not based on their merit, but rather his plan. God operates the same way with you and me. We receive gifts not based on who we are or what we do, but on who He is and according to the plans He wants to release into the earth through us. Third, we are increased according to the faithfulness. Every servant was given something. Their gift is multiplied because of their faithfulness to wisely steward what the Master had given them. One of the key ways that we wisely steward the gifts and graces that the Lord has entrusted to us is through serving others. Truly, this yields a bountiful, multiplied harvest. I give you my reflection questions. Read the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, verses 14 to 30. Why is it so important that we know who God really is if we are going to steward our gifts effectively? Consider the wicked servant and his purpose to the Master in verses 24 to 30. Another one. In what ways can you position yourself for growth, development, and increase in your gifting? Action steps. To serve God is the deliberated love gift of a nature that has heard the call of God. Your service is actually worship before the Lord. You are responsible to who God is by what you do through these acts. We don't serve to gain God's approval. No. We serve because we have God's approval through Christ, and our desire is to reflect this gratitude day and night. In truth, our service reveals how we view God. Remember the wicked and lazy servant in Matthew 25? His service suffered because he had a poor view of the Master. However, when we know who our God is, His love, His compassion, His goodness, we serve people in response to these attributes. In fact, we want to serve these attributes to people through our lives because we desire for all to experience the God we know. My dear ones, take your time to read that story. Take your time to consider where you are in your stewardship. We don't work for our own benefits. We don't work to have a new label that we put very viewable for others, that we are this and that. No. Even you are titled with a title of an ordination or whatever, that doesn't matter. It is the person who you present that you are. And it is our God that we honor and we worship, that we give back what He gave back to us, because He gifted every person, and you're responsible for that. I am responsible for that. Let God work through you as a servant to Him, in honoring Him who He is to His people and those who are outside. Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. And remember, you're gifted. You are gifted. Multiply it. I wish you all a very good weekend. The time you need to think about some stuff that goes on, or maybe this meditation will bring you to a higher level in your acknowledging who is God. Let me know. I love you guys. Blessings to all of you. This is your Pastor Yeti. Bye.